I have a theory here for Avengers Doomsday that I think might be able to hold up here, and I think it is a good one. I haven't heard it from anywhere else, and I do think that those leaks that came out are absolutely false. I think it's a misguide and a misdirection to everybody. I just don't think they're true. And this image right here is the main reason why. When Steve Rogers grabs Thor's hammer, there is a green effect in there that looks like it was maybe edited out or something like that. And I've noticed throughout this trailer also that the Avengers weapons, it seems like the weapons, Cap's shield, Mjolnir, it just seems like all these artifacts are trying to be are they're trying to be gathered up by the enemy, Doctor Doom possibly from the Fantastic Four universe. And I have a new theory regarding this Steve Rogers also. I know I said that he was maybe Nomad. Maybe he is Nomad from another, maybe that's what they call him in his universe or whatever, or the Earth he comes from, whichever one it is. Because I think Robert Downey Jr. and Fantastic Four come from 828, and they're in 626. And there is a character behind Steve Rogers in these images right here that I do want to go over, and I did notice something pretty big in these images. When you zoom in on the character behind him, a lot of people say, yeah, maybe it's his kid, but I think this is Doctor Doom behind him without the armor or anything like that. And I think this could be 616's Doctor Doom, to be honest with you. And I think that this could be on board with Pedro Pascal's Fantastic Four in this. I think this could be 616's Fantastic Four also, possibly. Maybe not. Maybe I'm completely wrong about that. But you can see in this, it looks like that the 828 Fantastic Four, it looks like their world's being destroyed in that image. And they keep going on this. And I think that this Steve Rogers, maybe it's Doctor Doom in disguise, or maybe it's just an evil variant of Steve Rogers. And I think they're trying to get these artifacts to kill the real Doctor Doom. Because I think Doctor Doom and maybe the Fantastic Four are the anchor beings in the 616 universe. I mean, throughout all this stuff, we haven't heard anything about 616 Fantastic Four, 616 Doctor Doom. And what is the reason for that? Why haven't we heard anything about those characters? I think that those characters could possibly be the anchor beings of 616, because we all know how powerful all those characters are in the original Marvel universe, you know? So, and I'm not wrong about that. And I know people say that you have to be worthy to get Thor's hammer, but you can use enchanted magic of Doctor Doom to do this. So, you know, and we haven't heard of anybody else being cast as 616 Doctor Doom or anything like that. But I think Doctor Doom is trying to gather all these artifacts from these heroes, possibly for power or whatever. It's not very clear yet, but I'm just doing this as a jumping off point theory. And if anybody has anything else to add with that, would be really, really cool. And also something else I know a lot of people think, sorry for the scrolling, but that this is X Mansion. But I think this is 616's Doctor Doom's castle, or this is where 616 Doctor Doom resides in this universe. And I think he had maybe other characters protecting it, and maybe the villainous Doctor Doom in this planted enemies here to attack the heroes. And once again, we see the shield here, an emphasis on like Namor, and like here's another object right here, Yelena's staff, or whatever you want to call it. And here we go again with Pedro Pascal protecting the shield right here. So, and he's, Pedro Pascal's protecting Sam's shield. I feel like in this movie they're going after these superheroes' main artifacts. You know what I mean? And for whatever reason that is, maybe they're going to be going after also Iron Man's arc reactor. You never know. They could be trying to get that back too, or something of Iron Man's, So, it's still pretty unclear. And this is just, I thought that this was really cool. And we got the 10 rings right here also. They make sure they show the 10 rings too in this. They make sure they show Gambit's spear. They're showing all these artifacts that make these heroes who they are. And we got Cyclops' beam ray right here, his Cyclops ray. And like I said, I don't think that maybe this is not the X Mansion. And we also go back to where Thor is battling Doctor Doom right here. And, There's this huge statue here in this fight. I'll go back to it. It keeps leaning into the ancient Greek statues and stuff like that too. Let me see if I can find this statue. And I don't know who the statue is of, but it's right there. That could be 616's Doctor Doom statue right there. That could be Victor Von Doom statue right there outside of his mansion or the castle that he has. And one thing to also notice is when they're at the mansion or the castle, which I think it is. Here's the rubble right here. This definitely does not remind me of the X mansion. There is no lawn or gates or anything like that. But you notice after the castle scenes or the mansion scenes are going on, that you got this sky right here. It's the incursion sky, whatever it is. It's a destructive sky, and it's a bad omen. I mean, you can see it right here again, and I feel like this is like the finale of the film right here. And I don't know why Gambit would be fighting Shang-Chi, and I maybe feel like that maybe getting these objects is part of a way for a shape-shifting ability or something like that for one of these characters. I'm not sure. That could be Mystique. Maybe he's using Mystique, Doctor Doom. But it's all very interesting. But like I said, I think the main thing in this theory is that the finale is going to be at Doctor Doom's castle, the original 616 Doctor Doom's castle. And I feel like that they're going to kill Victor Von Doom and the Fantastic Four right before they get their powers in this universe. And, that's the conclusion. I hope you all watch till the end. I'm going to keep adding to this, or maybe this is just good enough. I feel like this is just a theory that I haven't heard before, or an opinion I haven't heard before. I always try and stay original on this channel. Hope you're having a great night. This is a late post, late night theory right here. Ladies and gents, take care. Stu's Live signing off. Like, share, and subscribe if you like the content. Share this if you think this is a good theory. Like it if you think it's a good theory and, it holds volatility. And, subscribe, and it goes a long way. Everybody take care.